Welcome back to the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. It's fall. You can hear the leaf blowers go, and that's my neighbor cleaning his yard. I hope later on he comes over and does it for me. Anyways, we're in the middle part of November, getting close to Christmas. I think Christmas is within 6 weeks. Black Friday is around the corner. And with inflation and the supply shortages that were going on, you need to find something quick, easy, and inexpensive to build. Introduce the DIY Wood Pallet Projects. This has got 35 rustic, modern, upcycling ideas to personalize your space. This is actually from the author Karah Bunde. She actually has a blog which is called the space between blog.net. I'll leave a link in the description because I can't remember all this stuff. Anyways, I got this book about 5 or 6 Christmases ago from my stepson and his girlfriend. And I gotta tell you, I'm kicking myself. I just made these 2 beautiful projects, which you'll see a little bit later on. Super simple to make, easy. Personalization is just fantastic. But I gotta tell you, once I got this book, it led to a backyard full of pallets, as well as other tools that were needed. Now, in this book, Karah goes through where to find your pallets, how to transport your pallets, what does the markings on the pallets mean? Is it a good pallet to use? How to clean your pallet, how to take it apart, as well as other standard things concerning pallet wood. She also gives the time investment for each project, about how long it's going to take, as well as what type of supplies you need, cutting lists, tools. We are actually doing the pallet slat picture holder on page 46. Can't wait to be able to show this to you guys. Let's get started. Now, I picked out 4 pallet boards that, with their combined total width, is over 21 inches. We're not going to need all that. Matter of fact, I even got one here that's a little bit chewed up. And most pallet boards, they're usually 48 inches in length, depending on the type that you choose. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and save you the pain, and I'm going to go ahead and cut these up into the dimensions that I need, and then I can get back with you. I'm also going to probably do a little bit of sanding because these guys are pretty rough. Well, I got my pieces cut and I got them rough sanded. I'm not too worried about getting them perfectly smooth, because once this is put together, I'm going to stain block and primer it, and then I'm going to paint it. And again, not going to torture you with that type of thing, but the one main theme that came across to me as I was doing these little picture frames is, you can make these as big as you want, as small as you want, as long as you want, or as short as you want. The imagination is unlimited with this project right here. This is a very excellent book. Not only can you do relatively inexpensive Christmas gifts for people, but you can really put your own personal touch on it. And for those of you that got a Cricut machine, the possibilities are just absolutely infinite. So let me get back to putting these together. The next step is to glue it, let the glue dry, then stain block and prime it, and then of course do its painting. And I'm going to use 2 coats, and then figure out how to attach the pictures to them. Okay, it's glued together. These 2 pieces were just left over from cutting boards that I do, because I do have a cutting board business. And I glued these two pieces together as well as these two pieces together because I might consider cutting this in half after the glue dries and make two separate ones. Or I just might leave it the way it is. Haven't really made up my mind. Now the staples are proud, and the reason why I'm leaving them proud is because I'm going to pull those out and fill them in later on, so it just gives more of a seamless connection to it. The back side looks beautiful. Of course, I did sand it down, get rid of some of the rough spots. So now it's just a matter of waiting for the glue to dry. They're finished. I can't believe how super simple these guys were. A couple things I did learn. One, don't use staples. Not going to work. Karah actually says use nails. I did. I didn't have the short enough nails, so on the back side I had to trim off the nails that were sticking out. But other than that, it looks beautiful. I didn't finish the back. But these are just absolutely beautiful. And as I was making these, the creativity in me just came to the front. I was originally going to put pictures on them, you know, just have pictures. But the only thing I had was these extra super long clothespins, and I didn't want to use those. I certainly didn't want to run out and get miniature clothespins or even the smaller clips. Some of them are called roach clips. And to put that there, but that's certainly some of the things that you could do to actually hang a picture. Again, they were together, but I cut them apart to make two separate signs, and it's just absolutely beautiful, gorgeous. I love these things. And as I was looking through Karah's book, the DIY Wood Pallet Project, there were so many projects in there. As I was looking at them, I was like, man, I can make that, but if I do this or I do that, then it'll enhance it better for my own personal preference. So really, you guys gotta get her book. This is just an awesome book to have. And Karah actually has a blog that she does, and it's called the Space Between the Blog. Oh, I'm sorry, the Space Between blog.net. I'll leave a link in the description below for you to be able to go visit her. She's got a complete website. She does a lot of projects and all that kind of stuff. I am just really, really so grateful I got this book, and I'm kind of kicking myself. I got this book about 5-6 years ago for Christmas from my stepson, Nicky, and his girlfriend, Marcy. They're always saying it's so hard to shop for woodworkers. They don't know what what to get them. You know, get them a woodworking book. That's the best thing to get them, you know, as far as a Christmas gift is concerned. But again, these are real quick, real easy to make. If you're doing it inside, you're probably looking at about 2 days to do it. That's cutting it, gluing it, nailing it together, waiting for the glue to dry. I actually primed this, and then I put 2 coats of paint on it, filling in all the cracks and the crevices and everything. And then once that was done, I waited to the next day and used my Cricut machine and cut out lettering, and then just stuck it right to this board. Real super simple, real quick. It's going to be an awesome Christmas gift. As a matter of fact, I can't even wait for Christmas. We're going to have Thanksgiving real soon, and I think at the Thanksgiving meal, I'm going to give it to them and just say, hey, you remember that book you got me? This is one of the projects in it. Take it home and hang it on your wall, you know. So, that being said, the last thing I want to wrap up here with is, as I told you in the video before, and I do apologize, I had repeated myself. repeat it myself several times. That's just an editing issue I had. I promise I've got that fixed, hopefully. But I put out the question that, did you want to start seeing me do things inside the house, things inside the shop as far as organizational things are concerned? And I quite honestly made the decision that I'm going to go ahead and do that. Some of them will be out of a book. Some of them are just going to be ideas and thoughts that are in my head. But I live in a 1950s home. It's nowhere close to a 2020 home. Zero storage space. So I'm going to be building a lot of storage things and also correcting some of the things that are inside the home, as well as my shop. You walk into my shop and I should call myself the disorganized woodworker, because it's just incredible in there. It's just stuff everywhere. I'm going to be doing what is called the French cleat system in there, but there's some things I need to do with the walls, such as caulking it, to keep the ants and insects out of it, and of course the mice, and then I want to insulate it. And unfortunately, we're just at that time of the year to where I'm not going to be able to do that until the spring, when it starts warming up and I can actually use the caulk on the walls, because people don't understand. You have to bear in mind the temperature of the surface you're putting the caulk on, as well as the temperature of the air for that caulk to actually dry. So that's going to be a future project to do, but it's not going to stop me from actually going in and trying to redo my shop, trying to get stuff up off the floor so I can walk around in it and get the things a little bit easier. And the same goes for my garage. My garage I'm using now because it's temperature controlled. The shed isn't. So there's a lot of things that are in there, and I'll cover that more in detail in future videos. So that's it for today with the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. I appreciate you stopping by. If you like the video, please share it with your friends. That's how we're keeping the ability to make more of these videos. Of course, if you're not subscribed, get there, subscribe, hit that bell button, because I have an erratic work schedule, and until I'm a full-time content creator, I'm not going to be able to do these on a regular basis, because again, I'm dealing with work and weather. I work outside most of the time. So, as usual, this is Jeff with the Bookworm Woodmakers channel. Stay safe, stay blessed. See you on the next one.